Alton Towers have finally began testing their brand new ride for 2025, and I have some footage to show you from inside the park. Universal Studios as a company have been expanding loads, having just opened a brand new, somehow semi-controversial hotel, and through a pending announcement for a new theme park here in the UK. And various roller coasters, rides, facilities, and events have been constructed, announced, maybe even repainted, and one even burnt down. Oh, it's been a busy one, because all that and even more has happened this past week in theme parks. Yes, we are back once again, a day late this time. Still, it's weekly. It's the most consistent series still. The series of dissecting the past week in the theme park industry. And there is a whole lot to go through, so down below in the video progress bar, if you want to skip to a specific news story, use the chapters along there. You're welcome. And if it's bright red, use the subscribe button as well. It'd be greatly appreciated. But it is time to now use my brain, because I need to figure out what news story I'm going to start with, because I think this might be the biggest list of things we've had so far. And it's just a random week in January. How much fun is that? Starting, as we always do, in Europe. You thought I was going to say the US. If you remember, there was a Mack roller coaster being constructed in Portugal, and that has now sort of gone up a bit more. And it looks like it's going to be a Hyperia-esque ride. Maybe not with a lift hill, but there's some elements on there that very much resemble Hyperia. Not sure what Hyperia is in Portuguese, but that might be the name of this ride.
Oh, you're so Portuguese.
A huge wooden roller coaster called Troy over at Toverland is undergoing a massive refurbishment until April. Of course, Troy is this very well-known coaster in Europe. It's a big woody, and as much as I haven't been on it yet, I do think it looks very good. So to see them doing some small retracking work in the form of a huge refurbishment is very good to see, as always. Helios, the Mack striker coaster coming to Fantasiana, is now finishing construction with the track being topped off, and from the photos it looks like the smallest drop in the world, but at the same time, it looks incredible. Might have to go ride that one when it opens. Europa Park are starting to do some AR like technology thing with headsets on their observation tower. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to put on those glasses, but cool, I guess. Another world-class theme park, Efteling. Their brand new Grand Hotel is officially opening in summer of 2025. We knew this hotel was being built, we knew it opened this year, but I think we now have confirmation of it opening in summer. Might have to go back, because when you're seeing this, I'm literally in Efteling when this video gets uploaded. Gonna ride Dance Macabre. You're gonna see a vlog. Subscribe so you don't miss it. But no, the Grand Hotel looks incredible. I want to stay there. Walibi Belgium is building a brand new roller coaster for 2025 by Gerstlauer, and we know all of that. But this past week, the entire theme and name of the ride got leaked. Yay! As you can see here, you've got a nice lighthouse in the background. We knew it was going to be sort of water themed and like, I don't know, waves and water, but it is called Macalodon. I quite like that name, you know, and the train design, and it looks very nice, and I really want to go ride that as well. There is more to come in Europe and of course the UK too. Very exciting stuff, may I add. But we're going to quickly head over to the US of A. Actually, before that is a brand new roller coaster that opened in the past week, Quantum Trek, and this looks like a very strange boomerang. Doesn't look right, because not only does the track look kind of jank, but at the same time the trains look like Velocicoaster. But that did open, and reviews do say it is quite smooth and has very comfortable seats. So maybe the janky look that I spoke about, I'm wrong, as per usual. And the other piece is the fact a B&M Batman clone, which you'd expect to be in America, known as Lightning, is now repainted and looking good in its new colours. And this coaster is actually in India, so very interesting stuff. Looks like a fun ride. Just a Batman clone, what else can I say? But now we have finished our trips there, we are going over to America, because there's been some construction and some other things announced, but there's a lot of deconstruction again. But starting off, Big Bad Wolf at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, their brand new family B&M inverted roller coaster that has now been topped off like Helios was. And sadly, they did not place a massive wolf statue that you go through like the Wicker Man. A brand new RMC Raptor coming to Lost Island theme park in America as well, called Fire Runner, has finally started construction, and you've got some footers going in, and it's looking like a construction site. Mamba at Worlds of Fun has had a repaint. Compared to all the others, that is a lot less impressive, but cool. Wrath of Rakshasa and Siren's Curse, both coasters that we have been covering a lot on this series, have both had animated POVs released, and these two look insane. I can't lie, especially Siren's Curse. I know Cedar Point have probably sped it up a little bit to make it look faster and make it look more exciting, but if it runs like that in real life, what? That's going to be ridiculous. And talking of Cedar Fair and Six Flags Over Georgia has announced a brand new ride opening this year that was supposed to open last year under a different name and theme. It's quite funny. But something that is not very funny is the fact that another Six Flags park that has actually been abandoned for multiple years has seen its huge wooden roller coaster actually set on fire. From what I've seen, luckily the fire is now out and no one was hurt, so that's amazing to hear. But I believe it was called Mega Zeph, and it did look like a mega roller coaster. And as much as it's been standing but not operating for so many years now, it is sad to see the deconstruction of a roller coaster of that magnitude, and the fact that it's set on fire, that's sad too. But talking of deconstruction without fire, with pure Anaconda at King's Dominion, we heard about that closing a very long time ago on this series. In that case, probably about 3 weeks ago. Their very old looping roller coaster, and that has seen deconstruction take off at a mad rate, because pretty much half of it is now gone. Anaconda! Some people will be sad to see it gone, as they will be with Kingda Car. I think this is the most sad removal of all time, and we've known about it. The implosion is pending, only a couple weeks away. But this week, the station has actually started being removed, along with parts of the brake run. So we're already seeing the deconstruction of Kingda Car. Some very low quality images of that, but you can sort of see where the sort of station, like the wood, just seems to just be cracking off in a different direction. And it's really sad to see, as everything to do with Kingda Car has been. Although the implosion has me more intrigued than sad, I can't lie. So we'll have to wait for that in 2 weeks' time. Another big opening has taken place over in the US, and that is of Universal's Stella Nova Resort Hotel. Yes, I talk about hotels now. This past week, in hotels. That wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be. But this is one of the few Epic Universe related hotels, so it's going to be a good hotel, I reckon. Well, it opened, and that's what everyone seemed to think, that it was a great hotel, but there was a couple mixed reviews, one of which where someone was complaining they could hear the rain. I can hear the rain right now, I might get rid of my house. But there was some legitimate criticism of the fact that, like, you can hear a lot of what's going on around your room, so the soundproofing isn't very good and other things like that. But I'm sure Universal will work on that. We're under 4 months away from the opening of Epic Universe, and I really cannot wait to see the reviews coming in for that as well, and to experience it later in the year. But speaking of Universal, this is my perfect time to come over to the UK. We're back in the homeland. Welcome back, guys. That was cringe. And that is because, of course, we've been talking about it for ages now. Universal Studios in Bedford. A brand new theme park potentially opening by 2030 or 2031. And it's getting even more likely that it's going to open. If you didn't see a previous video of mine, The Field, Episode 2, another insanely consistent series, then you might not know that the entire government and even the people working on the railways and stuff are so invested in this project happening, and they've been saying that it's going to happen, and like we're going to see the conclusion of agreements and stuff very, very soon. So soon, in fact, there's a speech from someone in the Parliament on Wednesday, and they might be mentioning it, and I say might, I think they will be mentioning it, and giving the definitive yes or no to it happening. Obviously, I'm not in the UK right now, so I might actually have to report on it a bit later. But there will be another episode of The Field if we do get that announcement. Because I can't lie, thinking of a Universal theme park in the UK, I can't wait. And guess what else is exciting and I can't wait for? Vampire at Chessington. These segues get better every day. Because in an interview with John Wardley, he spoke about the Vampire and the fact that it's this old ride at Chessington and it's really well known and like a famous ride in the UK, and hinted at a 35th celebration event in April at Chessington. And that'd be very exciting. I'm not too sure what they're going to do with it. Maybe they'll give it some more theming. maybe they'll get rid of it and retrack it. Please do that, Chessington. I would love you for that. But I am intrigued to see what they have planned for that celebration. And we can start celebrating the start of a brand new area at the park as well. Project Play, rumoured to be themed to like Paw Patrol. Maybe. This area will have 3 flat rides, including one returning one of Jungle Bus, yes! And a brand new roller coaster that looks a lot of fun for the families and is quite a bit longer than the one coming to Towers. But this will be opening in 2026 and they have finally started deconstructing the area of Mexicana. So it's all sort of the signage and the buildings are starting to come down. Big sad for Scorpion Express and Mexicana. And also, I want to touch on this, a big sad for Merlin. Because my god, what is going on? A Ride Rater article came out very recently saying about the fact that Merlin are having loads of redundancies and loads of people are either losing their job or at risk of losing their jobs. Now, I believe this might be to do with the fact that the new CEO of Merlin, Fiona Eastwood, is probably trying to save money. Obviously, I don't know, but I think they're just going through a massive restructuring process of their entire sort of board, whether it be at Alton Towers, Thorpe Park, Chessington, Legoland, and it could include every single Merlin attraction as well. They have said that this plan will be set in motion and it will sort of, you know, make them expand and grow more. But at the same time, you are sort of putting people's jobs at risk, if not getting rid of their jobs. And that's not good. I'm not a business person at all, and I probably don't really know what I'm talking about and shouldn't be, but it's happened in the past week, and I thought I should say about it, because my respect to all the staff. I hope everyone's okay, because yeah, this is just a bit crap from Merlin, and quite sad. Yeah. But moving on, as we always have to do with these news pieces, Toxicator at Alton Towers has started testing the brand new ride for 2025, the Top Spin, the return of Ripsaw. And I know it's the return of Ripsaw very well because I had to eat my shoe for it. But from inside the park, we now have footage of the ride going round and spinning and sort of flipping in the way that it should. And they have stuck to their word quite well because it does look very intense. Obviously, we haven't seen like an entire 2-minute or 3-minute segment of the entire testing footage of it just going round in one position. So from that, we can't really tell what the actual cycle might be like. But if it's going to hang over the water like it said it would in the press release and also do all that spinning in the testing footage, I'm very excited to ride it. And it's very nice to have some footage of it testing. I know Alton Towers used to be really cagey, and I've also spoken about this too many times, but they used to never show what was going on in the closed season. It was always hide away, you know, secrets, so no one knows. And we had like a live stream of Wicker Man going around. That was quite cool actually, and we've had this video of Nemesis and this now video of Toxicator. But I don't know, I just think it's really nice. As much as we haven't had the same sort of marketing campaign as Nemesis did, because that was a huge roller coaster compared to little Top Spin on concrete. It has been nice to see some testing footage and various photos and stuff from inside the park. So more updates on that when they come, because we still don't have an opening date yet, and I assume it'll still be the opening day of the season. But who am I to know? I don't know anything. But what I do know is that you guys can leave a comment down below with your thoughts on everything that's happened this week, and if you're excited to see the implosion of Kingda car or Toxicator. Leave it down below and subscribe too. See you later.